Hold it. I think you're going to like this picture. Action Jack and Burgermeister behind the camera. We're here in beautiful Hollywood Hills at a really extraordinary hotel. It's called the Hollywood Hills Hotel. This place is so fantastic. These are some of the great movies that have been made here. Sayonara, Memories of a Geisha, Kill Bill, Nocturnal Animals, Gone in 60 Seconds, Blind Date, Playing God, Tea House of the August Moon, The Vermilion Pencil, Breezy, 1,000 Men and a Baby, and Kentucky Fried Movie. Big films. This is what it looks like from a drone. At this
cold aerial shot.
Oh, very good. And this is what you see from our hotel room. Now, I had to borrow this shot because this is at a different floor level than ours. But here is our actual room. So there's a hotel adjoining the fabulous Yamashiro's restaurant. This is my favorite restaurant for a whole bunch of different reasons, and it's brand new to me. But look over there.
It's been here forever, though.
Yeah, since 1906, actually.
And the Hollywood sign is literally right behind that house on the top of the hill.
Right,
so that's why we couldn't see it from our floor, but the upstairs floor you could see it.
Yes, but we had.
So we cheated.
Yeah, we cheated the shot when I borrowed that shot, but.
That's
look how gorgeous it is.
And that white dot at the top, which we're going to see closer later, is the, I forgot the name of the observatory, Griffith Park Observatory.
Yes.
Yes, where James Dean did that famous scene and a lot of other
But that's actually there. There it is right there, not that other white dot. That one in the center of the screen right here.
Can I correct this? Or
no, let it be. Even I make mistakes.
Well, no, you don't. I do. I'm the queen of mistakes here. Okay.
No.
So anyway, let's go back to this. I got a long list I can go on.
Look how gorgeous it is, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. We had perfect weather too, and it was in the afternoon. It's June, so in Southern California we have what's called May gray,
There's
June
Capitol
blue,
Records on there, right?
And the sun comes out in the afternoon. In the morning, it's usually overcast and cloudy. Not cold, but the weather isn't the best.
It's just perfect.
It's breaking into summer.
Look at downtown Los Angeles.
So now, because this afternoon we see downtown L.A., the big library building down there, the big round one.
There's that church there that's been in a million movies, including Back to the Future. That's Back to the Dancing. Here's our room. Now, I love this place. And I think one of the greatest things about it, I don't know if I should tell the secret or not, but no one's watching, so...
no one cares.
We paid it's a little over $100 for this room.
It was unbelievable. And what I liked about it the most, it's clean, it's simple, no frills, don't need it. It was so spotless. And this is in L.A., and this was always one of my big beefs why I never wanted to stay in L.A. was because we've had bad experiences about hotels and cleanliness. And so this was so spotless, and everything is white and clean and not a bed bug to be found. I bought one of those lights.
And a really good television.
Really great.
So we could cast our stuff. That was great.
Yeah, except the remote decided to break on us, and they never bought us a new remote. That is a downside.
This is a futuristic hotel in that it is. There's no lobby. There's
no personnel on site. No, everything is done online.
Yes, so you have your
QR code and everything.
Your QR code. It's all there. So there is an emergency number if you need help. So.
Well, they did come and look at the broken remote and say, we'll be back, and we're still waiting.
Right.
So I don't know what the time limit on we'll be back is. No, but anyway, we had a great time. And you could sit on this thing for hours on the patio and look at the balcony, enjoy downtown L.A. Hollywood, I'm sorry, not L.A.
This is real Hollywood, because just behind us is all the famous movie stars' homes. It's really amazing.
You see how simple the room is? There's nothing there. It had the essentials, has dishes, microwave, a hot plate if you wanted to cook something. It was perfect. And I heated up leftovers on that thing. That worked out great. And there's our fountain. Look, Jack.
They've really cleaned this area up. We didn't see any homeless people. It was super nice.
We did trip over one guy about 10 o'clock at night. Remember,
but I think that happened that he was partying. But look,
he was laying on the sidewalk all curled up.
It was so safe, and again,
we're 3 blocks from Grauman's and the Kodak, so that tells you we're right down by Hollywood.
Yes, it's very steep. The way this thing just juts out of nowhere, this hill.
I know, you'd think Hollywood doesn't have hills, but it has hills.
Right behind us is
Oh,
where.
Jack is going to dinner, by the way, in case you want to know where he's heading. This is from our room going down the sidewalk. We actually got lost trying to figure. That's where we wanted to go, the top of that hill. That's the restaurant.
You wouldn't think you could get lost when
but we got lost. So,
and it's so easy to do.
yeah, there goes Jack. Up one stair, down another. There he goes. We walked. We actually earned our dinner because we walked around this whole place. Now where do I go? Look, Jack. I don't know. Where do I go?
For security reasons, they had some of these gates locked.
They had all the gates locked. They
Right.
didn't even have some.
Right. So you go
So
one
we
area
had
and
to
it
go all
says
the way down.
right. From there, that's where you see the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, the
one
top
that
floor.
just
So here
above
we
us.
go, walking down another one. But we got beautiful views, even though it's on top of the hotel. But still.
And I never knew that Yamashiro's had this adjoining hotel.
Well, originally, I think, didn't the guys say those were apartments? They do have some
Oh,
there
you're
still.
right. And I think Pernell Roberts from
Bonanza?
Bonanza lived there.
Oh, really? Well, they're nice little units. There's just one bedroom, bathroom, a kitchen, a living room.
Yes,
So
I
they're
got.
kind of like conveniently. There goes Jack, still looking for a way in.
You speeded me up here.
Yeah, well, I figure you're taking
That
a
pagoda
long
there?
walk. Oh, look at there's
That's
the pool.
almost 1,000 years old. So they're just now getting the pool that they were.
It was
clean-
supposed to be open June 2nd. Guess what? It
but
wasn't.
Wow, right there, that pagoda, almost 1,000 years
And
old.
so is that arch. That
Yeah.
arch is also
The oldest structures in California is there, and when they filled it up, this is what it looks like here.
Yeah,
The
that's
water,
a
and no
screenshot from
pe-
somewhere else.
people
because-
are not going there now. We got a little private thing because we.
Okay, so no, you got to explain this. We were looking for a way to get in, and we ended up at the hookah lounge, which is below the restaurant. And this is the hookah lounge. It's closed. They got a great view.
I think they call it the pagoda something.
No, it's a hookah lounge, but they call it the pagoda room. We look, and so this is how you get in from this gate.
It's a nightclub of a nightclub.
Yeah,
here.
and there you go. We got locked in. The big fat Buddha there kept us.
So we're not supposed to be here, but
Well,
because
so we got lost. So
we're
we,
here-
we got a scenic tour of a place we didn't go in anyway. So
That was
in you go
fantastic.
again. And
because we're here 2 days and nights, we were able to see things that other people can't. We can go right on
I was
property.
just looking at some of the weird stuff they had. There's some interesting decorations.
There it
in
is,
there.
the oldest structure in California.
Yeah, almost 900 years old.
Man-made
That's amazing.
California. Yeah.
Amazing thing. Look at that. Anyway, it was a fun little room. That's a great place to sit and eat. People eat there and then they do that
So
hookah thing.
we're exploring. I'm doing my scouting of
Still trying to figure out how to get in.
of all the different movies.
Oh yeah,
that-
that's right. This is the driveway in.
yes.
Now we get past the valets and now we're walking up. This used to be open until just before COVID. No, during
Right.
then during COVID they closed it all off, and so you couldn't drive around the restaurant, do your parking in front of the door, and have the valet take your car. Now you park down there, which we're looking at.
Beautiful
and
jacaranda
you
there.
walk up. And this is now all closed, and you're going to see a beautiful eating area. It was actually a smart idea to do, but it took away the big open feeling that they used to have, which they did. Oh, there's my finger in the top corner. Can't keep my finger off the lens. Sorry, Jack.
That's okay. No one notices.
I do.
I can fix that in post, but
Nah, leave it.
But
They know I make mistakes. I'm good at this. There you go. Nice
look,
little sign.
1914 it was finished. This place
We're gonna get
started
a lot
in
more better views.
1906.
Boy, did I do a bad job there. Sorry.
So this is.
This is the entrance now, which you used to drive on.
Look at these giant, gorgeous trees that have been there forever.
Yes. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. We got to put some beautiful photos in there too, from the ponds and everything.
Yes. So, oh yeah, it defies to look
See,
at this.
this used to, in that movie Sayonara, Marlon Brando drives up to there and they just get out of the cars and everything, and now it's all big patio and you eat there, and it's just
There's
gorgeous.
Century City to the right. That's where Ronald Reagan had his office right there where you see the clouds. And so the weather is again
Your
just
dad
so
had an
perfect.
office down there too, didn't he?
My father had an office there.
Yeah. See.
So that's just beautiful. That's sunset goes all the way to, oh, there it is, the Pagoda Bar, they call it.
Yeah, and and so we met a couple people that were heading down. They said, "Yeah, we're going to the hookah lounge."
It's just
So we had to double check it and found out, yep, that's exactly what it is.
So because we're early and spent the 2 nights there.
We had to walk around.
Yeah, look how gorgeous that is.
Oh, man.
They have the Academy Awards straight ahead, by the way. And the first Academy Awards is also straight ahead.
That's not Kodak Theater. It's called the Dolby Theater now.
Dolby. They might even change the name again.
Yeah, you'll see our videos of Hollywood. It'll say DOLBY.
Oh, good. That was on there. Okay.
Yeah. We have it on there. Because then we also did Grauman's and everything. First time we've done that ever, walked around all that. Isn't that funny?
The first time with my Bergie, I did that as a kid.
You did it, but I never did it with you. Yeah.
Because
you were always down there.
I was in Hollywood all the time, but I would always get lost because I lived in Long Beach, which is 20 miles away.
It's funny. It's so close, but it takes you 2 hours to get there with traffic. It's so crazy.
Yes.
Remember when you used to work downtown and you leave at 6:30 in the morning to get there by 8:30?
I lived in Wilshire Boulevard. I worked on Wilshire Boulevard on the Miracle Mile. So look at
beautiful stairway.
They have all these neat trails that you can go on.
That's the Fat Buddha, and people were throwing money in his belly.
Yeah, pretty good money there.
Yeah, we were thinking about paying our dinner with it, but we didn't want anybody to think we were thieves, so we left it.
Isn't it wonderful? And it's so good to have a good conscience here.
Oh, that was just funny. Just joking. This is the door where we were trying to get out of when we went in the hookah lounge there. And so you go up and down
the Pagoda Bar.
The Pagoda Bar. I just remember that hookah thing because of my nephew.
Because of our nephew.
Yes, our nephew. Sorry, I wasn't kicking you out of the family.
And we got a whole bunch of nephews and a whole bunch of nieces.
We got a litter of them, yes. This is the entrance to the Yamashiro's, and we're standing on what used to be the driveway right here, and it's now a huge dining room and patio. It's really quite lovely. And I was surprised how warm it was in the early evening. I thought we might be a little on the cold side, but those heaters were great.
Yeah, it's interesting because when the clouds come in and cool you off, then it gets a little bit of chilly because of the differential of the climate.
And there goes Jack taking videos of the inside. Now, tell me about this patio, because I know it had something to do with Kill Bill.
It has Kill Bill, and I have that coming up, by the way.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch
But didn't they model it after this thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they did.
That was a good choice.
Yes.
That's what Uma Thurman gave the food to everybody.
Right.
Look at there we are. I forgot I came in and joined you.
Yeah,
but that patio is beautiful, and they have tables all the way around. So when you go in at night and they're open for dinner, see the tables? Every single table was filled. They were a very busy place. And this is their banquet room. We're just walking around and looking at everything. Needless to say, no banquet that night.
Well, we're super duper early. Oh, yeah. So that's if you have a special event or whatever.
Exactly. And they had a lot of people coming up for graduation lunches and dinners.
Look at these beautiful trees. Again, the views are so beautiful. There's so much to see here. And because we're early, we have carte blanche to walk all the way around. And the customer service is extraordinary. And a lot of the people that are here are in the show business. They want to be actors. And that's the... what your different drinks that you get. So all right, now I'm going to talk to some of the servers who want to be in show business. They are in show business. They're going to tell us about the movies. So the movie history is Gone in 60 Seconds, isn't it?
Gone in 60 Seconds was shot out there, the scene where they steal a car from valet.
Okay, that's right there.
But right there, but our valet, after COVID, we changed it, so the valet is no longer in the front.
Right, that was a driveway.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
fantastic.
Memoirs of a Geisha was in the garden area here. And then, to be transparent about Kill Bill, they did a replica in a studio of the garden, but it wasn't actually filmed here.
Was any of it filmed here?
That one
I'm not sure of. I just know they had
a lot of the filming was in Tokyo. In Tokyo.
All right.
So I think they just did a studio version of this.
All right, very good. You know Marlon Brando was right here on these doorsteps in the movie?
Oh, really?
Marlon Brando, James Gardner. You know who James Gardner is? Yeah. Rockford Files. So they were right here. This was supposed to be in Tokyo.
Yeah, like a little bit closer than Tokyo.
It's called Sayonara, the name of the picture. Won Academy Awards.
Oh, nice.
So
there's James Garner, our favorite Rockford File guy in that movie.
Yes. And
that is Marlon Brando.
That's at the beginning of Yamashiro's.
They're standing just in front of the steps. Front
Yes.
steps of the restaurant.
This is a fantastic movie. Brooke and I just saw it for the first time. After we went here, we watched the movie. That's all of Los Angeles in the background.
Look at how few. Did you notice how few tall buildings were there back then?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
In that particular area, it still is kind of like that even now.
Well, yeah.
Marlon Brando, at this time, I think he was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. This is the last time he was nominated until The Godfather, and the reason for that was he was less than pleasant to work with by everybody. They didn't like, he was a perfectionist.
Well, they didn't even want him for The Godfather, but Francis Ford Coppola got it in anyway, and that was a home run for them.
Marlon Brando had a lot of psychological, spiritual issues and problems.
Yes.
And, I read his autobiography, and it is, I never told you about it, but it is, it's really
There's
dark.
your food, I'll tell you that.
Oh, wait, now I
about
forget
this.
Marlon Brando.
That's your tempura. Let's talk about the food. And there's my drink, my hibiscus sugar water. And then you're enjoying your steak.
I'm loving it.
Very tempura-like. And then look at our view right from the table.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, you can't beat this. There's Lowe's Hotel,
And you
which used to be a Holiday Inn.
You can't beat the weather here. Hate to talk about the weather so much.
All right, don't talk about it.
But the rest of the country is
But we do have the overcast and the clouds.
which is perfect.
It's that June weather. We always have clouds in June. That's why they call it May, gray, June gloom in California.
They have been
California.
in Southern Californians, right? But many people don't know that. If you just go inland a little bit, you don't have any of the overcast. This is what USA Today says is nature's perfect air conditioner.
There's a nature's perfect air conditioning, a roof with a wind tunnel that goes right through that old building there. There's a perfect air conditioner. By the way, there was a few blankets and towels and stuff. I guess somebody was making the outside of that thing their home. I go, okay, air-conditioned house. There's the Kodak Theater. I mean, the Dolby again, the yellow building.
Yes. So right there. And
what's that shopping center called? Ovation.
Ovation, yes. That is really nice.
Yeah, do you remember in the old days when they had those huge things from...
Hollywood Roosevelt, fantastic hotel.
Those elephants and all those creatures from the movies.
Yes.
They took everything down. Now it's a big white shopping mall. It has nothing Hollywoodish about it, which is kind of sad because it was so unique in the old days.
That was from the original Ten Commandments.
That was it, okay.
The original Ten Commandments was in Israel, 1500 BCE or BC. The Magic Castle, owned by the same people. It adjoins the property here. That's a great place. If you want to know how you can go to the Magic Castle, it is a private club, but you got a friend in Action Jack, and all you got to do is ask me, and I'll tell you how I can get you into the Magic Castle. By the way, don't expect to go tonight. I'm going to need some lead time if you want to go. And somebody called me once. So said, Jack, can you get me into the Magic Castle tonight? I said, well, it's a little bit late.
Yeah.
Got to plan it a little bit. All right, Briggy, heat some pictures here.
Why did you put that in there?
Because first of all, I think you're gorgeous.
Well, that's...
And I love the backdrop. The backdrop is great. I want people to see...
You can have the backdrop, but you don't need me in there. Jackie.
So this is where people...
now, I don't mind that, you and me. That's our seat. Our waiter took that picture.
Look at my Dennis hair there.
Yeah.
So,
there's your steak.
Yes, my steak was excellent.
And there's your second helping of tempura. You enjoyed it.
I didn't. I forgot to ask. I wanted more of a tempura steak, by the way.
There's the sushi and the burnt brownie. We didn't even finish that. That was burnt.
We could have got our money back. I love the presentations of these boats. Yes. They're so beautiful. So you can get this, and that's all the type of stuff that Briggy likes.
Yeah, I enjoy all that
and
stuff.
You can get this great view like this. All you have to do is do it in advance. If you're a gringo and you like hamburgers, you can have this, which I used to do all the time. And then the Hollywood Bowl was at its beginning of the season.
Yeah, the summer concert season. There's Griffith Park. Look at that. It's all lit up, too.
Yeah, so they have these Batman lights.
Yeah, that was a nice view from the room.
Which is nice for the clouds when they come in to cool off everything. It does an interesting thing. It cools it off, and then it warms it up. Just like nature's air conditioning. It is so great.
You live in a good part of the world, Jackie.
Yes, it is.
And there's more of those Batman lights. Did he show up?
Yes, he did. There's a backstory about that because Adam West lives right nearby. So as you walk around, you're going to see so many things that are so beautiful.
Yes, the lighting on the little riverbed they had. By the way, they had all that before they filled in the parking lot and made the the driveway patio. So they still had all of these beautiful gardens there.
There's the Batman lights.
Yeah, that's a different time of night too. You can see the difference.
Because we were there for 2 nights, 2 days. We had plenty of time to.
Isn't that beautiful? Ah, the lighting is just so gorgeous.
And I'm out there interviewing people.
Yeah, you're acting like the maitre d' or the manager. How was your dinner? How was your evening?
They think I work
Just
there.
walk up to people.
Oh, I tell them, no, I'm somebody who loves to encourage, entertain, evangelize.
Yeah, you were walking to every table. Everybody go, who's this guy?
But we make so many different friends that way.
Yeah, well, you did a good job. You did good. I'm just sitting at the table watching you. Yes, and I'm thinking, when are you going into politics? Because you work the room.
Last thing I want to do is politics.
I know, but it's look at that beautiful. Look at that beautiful entrance at night. Yeah, that place was really fun. I have to admit, we had a great time. We really had a great time.
Yeah,
By the time we got done, we got a great bill, too.
it would cost a lot more than a hotel room.
Yes.
By a large factor.
Yeah. Well, yes, this is why we don't do these things quite that regularly. But the experience is so wonderful.
It was my birthday, so I was celebrating my 50th birthday.
Yes, again.
Again, yes.
Yes, yeah.
And I can talk about why it's so important for one to use positive thinking to be able to reverse the curse of aging. And you can go from aging to saging.
Yes.
And why it's so, and how you can knock out old and make it cold by being bold. So I can go on that forever.
Was it that one lady said, put old on hold?
Yes. Knock it cold.
Yes.
So this is something I really buy into.
Yes. So and you do it very well.
I think
you eat healthy, you exercise, and you do all the right things.
A lot of prayer and meditation, and I have a soulmate that is perfect for me. I'm not competing with anybody.
So you handicapped yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not at all.
I have a good attitude.
Yes, you got an awesome attitude.
Look at the lights at night. Isn't that beautiful?
You look at the beautiful trees here.
Yeah.
Again, just awesome.
Look at that. I mean, it's so beautiful here. That one thing said Trailer City.
That's a movie.
Is that what that is? I'm thinking, why would you put Trailer Park City on top of a building?
Yes, this is advertising a movie. If you know what it is, put in the comments what that is, because we have no idea.
I know it should be down.
We're really behind on
movies.
On movies.
Well, there haven't been that many great ones lately. I think. Yeah.
We're more into the stage.
I like the oldies.
Of just educating ourselves right now.
I like the oldies. Look at the lights on the railing. I'm thinking I don't have enough lights around my house. I look at this and go, yeah, I need a few more lights.
Look at these giant, gorgeous trees.
Now, which one? These bonsais are what? Hundreds of years old?
No, they're not really bonsais. Yeah, they're old. They imported them in there.
Giant bonsais or something. Yeah, they were also imported. It's just amazing what this thing had, and the amount of Asian art that's still in there, the old stuff and everything. And in one of the curio cabinets, they've got the pictures of what it was like when it was in its early stages, and when they renovated it, and it was a school before. Yamashiro, by the way, the name is from the province of Yamashiro in Japan, which is where that pagoda, the oldest building in California, came from, that they imported from Japan, which of course I don't think would ever happen again today, because now everybody holds on to their stuff as much as they can. But it's called that because of the province. And the two brothers did we already talk about that? The two brothers that built it? They built this to house their Asian art collection. They were German brothers, well, German Americans, and early 1900s.
Right.
And then I don't remember. I know they're American, but German, so somebody can look it up. And they built this and the one brother lived on one half of this place, and that beautiful indoor patio was the central court, and the other one lived on the other half. And they had all the Asian art there. And when the one brother died, the other guy
hotel.
Sold out. Yeah, there's our hotel. And so the other guy sold the place, and he built a place in the Pacific Palisades, and unfortunately, it fell into the ocean. It was on an edge on a cliff, and it went in. I don't know if all of his art went in with it and stuff, but how sad was that?
That history is found on Huell Hauser. So if you go to YouTube and put Huell Hauser and
Is that where
Yamashiro,
we did that?
yes.
Okay, I just knew I learned that somewhere. I thought it was fascinating. Yes.
And this is
Yeah,
this.
Huell Hauser did great stuff.
Oh, he did fantastic.
Yes.
I think the YouTubers that know Huell Hauser all try to imitate him.
Yes, he set the standard. He was so great. Golly.
Nobody.
That was his favorite, wasn't it?
Nobody could do. No, that's Gomer Pyle.
Well, what did he say? He said something golly.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
It might
He
have
was-
been. It might
yeah, I
have been
think he
that.
did.
There's our hotel room.
There's the oldest pagoda, and almost 1,000 years. I think it's like 900 years old. At night, isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
So I mean, I'm so glad it's been preserved, and that they're taking care of it. This place was on the market for a while. I'm glad they took it off the market and not selling it Yamashiro's.
Yeah, they even thought about having the whole thing
Raised to the ground.
right. And,
Can you imagine that?
because
Okay,
this,
that's the LA mindset. Get rid of it and build something new and extravagant.
I did this
Oh.
for our
Didn't you have
thumbnail.
that at the beginning?
I did it for our thumbnail here.
Yeah.
And that's also remind me that we're coming to the conclusion
Oh.
of our
Well,
thing.
that picture tells you we're almost dead.
Yes.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, and by the way, Huell Hauser has great stuff on this, and this is Huell Hauser here talking, giving you the whole
with the
backstory.
owner. That was one
Yeah.
of the owners there.
And this is also 1,000 years old or
yes,
thereabout.
that entrance.
So
And that's by the pool.
this is a cue to say sayonara. This is it. So on behalf of my lovely bride, this is Action Jacks, and we'll be back. It will be soon, and that's the name of that tune. If you like this video, please press like and comment and share and subscribe.